Got some major changes to the new Knipex Cobras here. They look like the same pliers, but I assure you they are different, and we're going to look into that. So here we go. This is the older version, if you will, the originals, the Knipex Cobras, tried and true, built to last. I've had the same pair since 2008. Not this pair, a different pair. Beating on them, prying on them, you name it, I've done it to them. Chips, chunks of bandsaw, cuts, all kinds of stuff. Just extreme abuse to my Knipex Cobras, and just lasted forever, and still going on today. We've got the newer style here, and these have the red button here, noticeable. But they got one other feature. The reason why you might actually buy these is because they have a new feature. When these are all the way open, they automatically slide up. Now, let me know if that's gimmicky to you or not, and what you're going to use it for in the comments below. When you open them up, you can see they slide up, just like that. If we hold them open and we maintain pressure over here without allowing this to lock, we can slide them up like this. And I don't know if that's a feature or just kind of the way that the tool ended up being based on just the way that it works. But you really have to keep them locked, keep this out to be able to slide it up. See it locked now? You really have to keep it out like this to be able to slide it up. But this is the most misconceptualized thing about these on the internet, is that they always slide. So they only slide when they're always up. So if they are all the way open like this, is the only time they're going to slide. Once you lock them, that's it. They no longer slide. So now that they're locked, no more sliding action. A ton of people still think that these things will always slide, and that's just not the case. They only slide in one condition, and for me, I don't really think that that's useful personally, because if you look at the originals, we've kind of always been able to do that just with one hand. One hand will stay over here. You guys can see where you can get the size, or you can really go slow with it and maintain contact here and really just sneak up on the size that you want. And if you want to open them, I usually push them against my chest or the surface that I'm working on to open them back up to get the perfect size. So if I was holding this with one hand and I was trying to get my size, you could just kind of do this to sneak up on it. Or you can push down here and then just kind of get the perfect size with one hand there, just like that. And you can see where my finger is naturally up here on the flat, or if I'm coming down here to grab for more leverage, right there, you can see where my finger's still on the flat metal. Which brings me to another huge change on the Knipex, would be the grip, where your finger just naturally wants to sit in between this area. Now, we could cut some grip off of this and it would be just fine, but I don't really like to modify the tools, and it's something that I noticed as soon as I picked them up. During the live, I was like, whoa, these are different. What's going on? What'd they do to my Knipex? Well, they just changed the grip length. So if we line these back up, you can see where the grip is just slightly higher, and it's not a change that I really appreciated. What I do appreciate is that they maintain the same grip and just non-slip action that the Knipex offer. We took both of these pliers here during the live, and we were able to take a compression coupling and just tighten this thing so tight. We completely shouldered it against itself, which is impressive in itself. This thing may as well be welded. We watched the compression ring just pop itself out. And yeah, they did not slip. And I'm talking some serious pressure on these. So they still have the same grip we all know and love from Knipex. The other changes would be the Vanadin L less than 3 right there. And we got a Vanadin K14. And we've got a Vanadin HL2. And we got a Vanadin MT2. So I thought that was interesting. So maybe they're all going to be an L less than 3 for the newer style. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below if you've got the newer style quick set style of these that just slide up, and if they are Vanadin L less than 3. Some other noticeable changes would be, this one's kind of huge. The button protrusion, man, this thing sticks out really far compared to the original. And for somebody that uses these like a hammer as an electrician, I don't really appreciate how far the button sticks out. It makes me a little bit nervous to trust the reliability of them. Just, I mean, you can see how far that is. It's pretty substantial. So the button definitely sticks out further. And then this area here, just because the button's longer, they needed to make this clip here a little bit different. And the clip zips out a lot further. So when we get these pushing, you can really see the difference here. And you can see just how much more exposure you've got there than the originals. Inside of here, they've got kind of a different track system. These are the originals, and it's almost flush on both sides. And here it's kind of indented where your finger catches right there. Just something different to note. But it explains why the jaw closure is just slightly different. You can see these are slightly more closed, and just the whole angle is just a little bit different. And if we look here, these are fully closed, but they're definitely more open. Yeah, see, that's where they sit. And you can see the difference, kind of the approach there on them. But yeah, that's some of the major changes for the new quickset series of the Knipex Cobras. If you look at some of the originals, you can see where your palm being here, and with these in action, your finger's not really ever in the middle of the grip, and even when you're using them up here, which is the next best place to use these, your finger's not really in the middle of the grip. And when we grab our 7 1/4, you can see your finger's not really in the middle of the grip, and we're at the bottom here. And when you close them, your finger's still not really in the middle of the grip. When you use a regular pair of pliers, this is still in the meat of your hand here in the ball, and that's where your finger sits. And naturally, as soon as I grab these, your finger sits right in the middle of the grip. And when I grab these, naturally, your finger's up here out of the grip. So just something that I noticed immediately upon grabbing them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys like the quickset series? And is this something that you guys think you'll use? Or were we better off without it, just basically micro adjusting here and getting to the perfect size? Because that's kind of my take on it. I'm so glad I bought them. There's something different to have. I will be cutting this grip a little bit more, and that's probably the solution for that. And then we'll just be testing them out. But this portion here really makes me nervous on how far that sticks out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.